Mosquito Day, federal government expects intensify effort to combat malaria. 2027 general elections, IGP warns youth against violence as PDP flags off campaign in Ogun State. A pleasant good evening to you and welcome to the 7 p.m. news coming to you from the Heritage Station. I am Fatima Hassan. Thank you for joining us tonight. As political parties begin campaign ahead of the 2027 general election, the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu has issued a firm warning to youth to reject electoral violence, hate campaigns, cultism, and cybercrime. Francis Form reports that the IGP gave the warning at an event marking the 2026 International Youth Day in Abuja. The report.
With the 2027 general election drawing closer, the Nigeria Police Force is placing young people at the center of the nation's peace and security agenda.
My future is balanced and political toggling.
At the National Youth Leadership and Security Dialogue, marking 2026 International Youth Day, the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, said politicians must not be allowed to exploit youths as agents of violence, misinformation, and division. He urged young Nigerians to embrace innovation, responsible leadership, and peaceful participation in the democratic process.
We will protect citizens. We will facilitate peaceful campaigns. We will secure candidates, campaign venues, and public spaces within the law. We will protect the integrity of the electoral environment. But let me be equally clear. We will not protect violence. We will not tolerate the recruitment or mobilization of young Nigerians for political violence.
The IGP also called on parents and guardians to instill strong moral values in their children, stressing that character begins at home.
We have seen parents who have brought their children to police station and told DPOs, help me to detain my child, help me to beat my child, help me to discipline my child. That is not the responsibility of the police.
He reaffirmed the force's commitment to protecting every citizen's right to vote and warned that anyone involved in sponsoring or perpetrating electoral violence will face the full weight of the law. Francis from NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Ogun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has officially flagged off its 2027 senatorial and House of Representatives campaign in Ogun East Senatorial District. The campaign flagged off held at the Ijebu Ode Town Hall attracted party leaders, candidates, and supporters with renewed calls for unity and effective representation across the constituency. Details in this report. Democratic Party, PDP Ogun State chapter, has flagged off its campaign for the 2027 senatorial and House of Representatives election in Ogun East Senatorial District. The event, which also marked the INEC-approved commencement of campaign activities, brought together party leaders, candidates, supporters, and stakeholders across Ijebu land. The party is fielding engineer Abdulhamid Olufemi Omotayo for the Ogun East Senatorial District, while Honorable Adekoya Adeshegun Abdulmajid, popularly known as Ataka, as party's candidates for the Ijebu North, Ijebu East, and Ogun Waterside Federal Constituency. Also present was the party's candidate for Ijebu North 1 constituency in Ogun State House of Assembly, Honorable Abdolade Olayemi, alongside other party chieftains and supporters.
I'm here to deliver in terms of infrastructure, youth empowerment, women empowerment, and healthcare. So I know my people are behind me and we are going to deliver.
Today marks the beginning of our National Assembly flag off of their campaign for our party, the People's Democratic Party. That's why we are all gathered here today. You know, it's an epoch-making event. We are trying to reach out to as much as possible to the people, and this flag off affords up the opportunity to get to the grassroots as much as we can.
We PDP members, we are doing our flag up today, and we believe that God will take control because PDP is a good party.
Speaking at the campaign flag off, The candidates and party stakeholders expressed their commitment to provide effective representation and pursue policies aimed at improving the welfare and economic opportunities to the people. Honorable Adekoya Adeshegun Abdulmajid and Engineer Abdulhamid Olufemi Omotayo also presented their visions and solicited the support of the electorate ahead of the 2027 elections.
Some people claim that PDP are normal, but today in Nigeria, today in Ogun State, PDP is the party to beat. PDP is the party to watch. By the grace of God, PDP is taking over.
With the official flag off, the PDP says it is set to take its message of service, representation and development to the people across Ogun East Senatorial District and the Ijebu North, Ijebu East and Ogun Waterside Federal Constituency. In Ijebu Ode, it was a show of political solidarity and enthusiasm. As supporters of the People Democratic Party, PDP rallied at Knee Road for the official flag off of the party's campaign for the 2027 general election. The event featured the campaign flag off of Honorable Wasiu Ogunbanjo, candidate for the House of Representatives in the Ijebu Federal Constituency, together with Engineer Abdulhamid Olufemi Omotayo, the party's candidates for Ogun East Senatorial District. The report. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) Ogun State Chapter has continued its mobilization ahead of the 2027 general elections. Following approved commencement of campaign activities, the party is fielding Honorable Wale Ogunbanjo for the Ijebu Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives and Engineer Abdulhamid Olufemi Omotayo for the Ogun East Senatorial District. The campaign flag off, held at New Road, Ijebu Ode, attracted party leaders, traditional rulers, youth, women groups, and a large number of supporters from across the district. The gathering was marked by excitement as supporters rallied behind the candidate. Speaking at the event, Honorable Wale Ogunbanjo assured the people of his commitment to effective representation and pledged to deliver on his mandate if elected. In the same vein, the PDP senatorial candidate for Ogun East, Engineer Abdulhamid Olufemi Omotayo, solicited the support of the electorate, pledging to work towards the development and progress of the senatorial district. The campaign provided an avenue for the candidates to outline their programs and strengthen the party's mobilization ahead of the 2027 elections. The Ijebu Ode flag off was part of 3 campaign activities organized by the PDP in the area, with similar events held in Shagamu and Ijebu in Ijebu Ode. In another development, Executive of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and African Democratic Congress (ADC) in Ogun State East Senatorial District have defeated to the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) ahead of the 2027 general elections. Receiving the defectors, Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun assured them of a level playing field and equal opportunities within the party. Akin Jimo reports.
As political activities intensify ahead of the 2027 general elections, the wave of defections from one political party to another has continued across the country, with Ogun State recording another major development. The latest is the defection of former executives of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) at ward levels in Odogbolu and Ijebu local government areas, as well as the ward executives of the African Democratic Congress (ADC) across Ogun East Senatorial District to the All Progressives Congress (APC) in Ogun State. Shortly before their official reception into the APC, the team leaders of the defectors said they decided to join the ruling party, describing it as a formidable platform ahead of the 2027 general elections.
He's one of the governors that I've seen that he has worked so far, and his work is feasible. So these are what I saw, that belonging to the opposition party does not help the situation. I can also give my own quota in this present government. That's why we decided that we should join the moving train so that we can do the government together, contribute our own quota together, and work together with the present government.
If you don't join a winning team, we just be turning around. So that's the more reason, because we have been in this PDP for long, over 12 years, but nothing to achieve. Then we believe if I could join or we join, maybe we could benefit.
Receiving the defectors into the APC, the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, and the state chairman of the party, Chief Yemi Sanusi, assured the new members of equal opportunities and a level playing field within the party.
Inú mi dùn wípé mo rọ́jọ́ òní. Inú mi dùn wípé òní ṣojú mi. Congratulations, ọ̀rẹ́ mọ ọ̀rẹ́ wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fi ìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan gbé kémi gbé.
Governor Dapo Abiodun urged the defectors to support and vote for APC candidates across the state, while also backing the re-election bid of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to enable him consolidate on the achievements of his administration. In Abeokuta, Akem Jimo, NTA News.
We'll be right back after the break. Please stay with us. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us. Now to other stories. The mosquito may be tiny, but its impact is deadly, with malaria and other mosquito-borne diseases continuing to threaten millions of lives, particularly in Africa, as Nigeria joins the world to mark World Mosquito Day 2026. The call is for stronger action beyond awareness, targeting the breeding grounds and behaviors that sustain transmission. Oluseyi Adiagbo reports on efforts by the federal government, Green Box Facilities Limited and over health experts to take prevention on mosquito-borne diseases to the grassroots through sanitation, health education and free medical services. The report.
Goza Community, Abuja, presents a familiar public health challenge: stagnant water and heaps of refuse creating potential breeding grounds for mosquitoes. With Nigeria recording an estimated 68.1 million malaria cases and over 184,000 deaths in 2023, experts say prevention must begin at the community level.
Most people don't know that mosquito is the deadliest killers of humans. Between 600 to 700,000 people in sub-Saharan Africa die of malaria every year. So in order for us to mitigate against that, and as part of our own responsibilities as a company, because part of our services is pest control, so we decided to be frictional to communities within where we operate our businesses and try as much as possible to contribute to the work of the federal government.
Marking World Mosquito Day 2026, the federal government, Green Box Facilities and other partners mobilized residents of Goza for environmental sanitation and fumigated the area, while medical professionals provided free health care.
We've come today to do free malaria testing and diagnosing and treatment for them, and also do supportive investigations like hepatitis B.
It is not something that government alone can do. That was why it is necessary that the community and even the stakeholders will be involved.
Don't take this program as just a program. It should be a lifestyle. It should be a continuity.
They have taught me all I can be able to do to care about the mosquito.
The message is clear. Ending malaria requires collective action, with every community playing its part. In Abuja, Oluseyi Adiagbo, NTA News.
Small arms and light weapons remain a major driver of insecurity across Nigeria, fueling terrorism, banditry, and other criminality. With the security environment evolving rapidly, they are concerned over whether existing data accurately reflects the scale and changing pattern of arms proliferation. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons is reviewing the 2016 baseline study ahead of a new national assessment. The report.
In 2016, Nigeria conducted its first national baseline survey on illicit small arms and light weapons, providing critical data on the proliferation and impact of arms across the country. 10 years on, the security landscape has changed considerably, with emerging forms of criminality altering the dynamics of arms trafficking and circulation. In response, the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons is reviewing the 2016 survey ahead of new baseline study.
Government's response to this threat cannot be built on guesswork. It must be built on evidence. This is precisely why the exercise we're preparing to undertake next matters.
We want to have an arms survey conducted by Nigeria for Nigerians and owned by Nigerians to address the current state of small arms and light weapons proliferation in the country. This will help us tremendously in having enough of statistics for policy purposes.
This new baseline survey will be to take the 2016 baseline survey and bring it up to date, learning from the lessons of that exercise.
The new study is expected to provide current data on the scale of illicit arms, identify emerging threats, and strengthen national efforts to trace, recover, and prevent the circulation of illegal weapons across the country. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
That will be all for tonight on our English news. Join us tomorrow for more interesting stories. Do have a wonderful night rest. Bye.